Won't stay down, I get up. I'll go 12 rounds before I give up. Heavy is the crown, but I will not put it down. Word around this town, my time is now.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Everybody come on in. It's Freedom Friday and it's time for the Own Your Now show. So grab your cup and tell a friend that it is time for us to sip it up. Good morning, Lady Yo. How are you?
Hey, Tracy, I am fantastic on this Friday. The sun is shining. We're supposed to have a great weekend in the loop regarding the weather, and I'm here with you. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Everybody's coming on in. I see Alex is in the house with us and Jan. Amber, what's in everybody's cup? I am excited about today because we literally are, I want to say we're wrapping up our month of February, even though it's
Yes,
still Pisces season. And, it was Black History Month, but, we celebrate 365. And,
yes,
and we also wrapping up love, although we will continue to express love. But we've had a lot of great couples that talked
yes.
about what these relationships look like. But today we are talking about Black history, education. We got a little something for the parents, for the educators, the principals, for the students, for everybody. But first off, sister, what's in your cup?
Well, you just need to read my cup. Black coffee matters. It's black coffee. How
Black
about I'll show
coffee.
it again? Black coffee matters. And you know what, Tracy? I just wanted to get some energy this morning. We've had people that come on and say, "Oh, we drink warm water to get our systems going." We had the Arthur. He said, he drinks black coffee to get his system going. So I'm doing a little both. A little water, a little black coffee. So I should be good all day.
You sure should. And you know what? I would have to say that I want to say I was drinking my Dasani water, because I love my STO water. But I am definitely keeping it black. I got my black coffee matters today, and
Girl,
it's
we're twinning. We're
good.
twinning.
We're twinning, and it's so good. Everything when it's strong, it's Friday. We got a lot going on this weekend, so I am not complaining at all. So I just want to know, do we have some birthday shout outs? Because I see everybody's tapping in. Alex says he's drinking black coffee. Who is that? Shamim shouting out birthday shout outs already. Oh, yeah, we got them because Mocha Latte is going to be here. Gina's drinking some red tea.
Okay.
Tracy's warm water, lemon and ginger. And Robert has the STO water. But y'all know it's time for our birthday shout outs. So who do we got, Lady O?
Well, we have Nicole Glavin and her daughter. It's their birthday. So we love us some Nicole Glavin. We love us some Mocha Latte. She is like the most awesome MC or mistress of ceremonies. And she is the plug.
Yes,
She
she
is the
is.
plug. We have our very own owner, Gina Berry. It's her birthday. Rojan Duncan, it's her birthday. She's all the way out in California. Antone Fleming, Wendell Covington, Harper Larson. Hey, girl, she's posted a picture. I think she's still surfing in February, so she's out in Cali. Happy birthday, Harper. Sean Fling and Garmer Curry. He's in Tennessee. Happy birthday. And before I say my celebrity shout out, I just want to give a vibrant vibe to my friend Sergio Harrison. At 6 o'clock this morning, he sent me a text and said, "Girl, I'm proud of you."
Wow, that's so
You
sweet.
know,
That's so sweet.
that is sweet. When he thought of me this morning, he just wanted to give me some positive affirmation. He said, "I'm proud of you." So thank you so much, Sergio. And just in case they're watching, happy birthday, Michael Bolden.
Michael Bolden, happy birthday. All
You know,
right.
he has a little soul. They call him the blue-eyed soul man. And then, I mean, this lady right here, when I say her name, it may make Tracy spin around in her seat because I know Tracy loves India Arie, but she also loves Erica Badu.
Oh, now Pisces in the house. The Pisces in the house.
Yes. Hey, everyone, drop your favorite line from a Erica Badu song or your favorite Erica Badu song. My favorite is Next Lifetime. I think that's the title of it. And my favorite line is she says, I know I'm a lot of woman, but not enough to divide the pie. I guess I'll see you next lifetime.
know what? That's the truth. It really is. And I love me some Erica. She comes strong every time. I like the one where she say, I got the Glock, gon' lock, Glock stay hot.
That's
my
it. That's
line.
it.
That's my line. Cheryl says, you better call Tyrone. Don't play, don't play, don't play. We ain't playing with y'all. We're going to keep those going. Well, I love that we're still celebrating our Pisces season. And you know what? If you have a Pisces shout out, please let us know. Our affirmation song and word of the day. Our word of the day is history. It's important that we know our history, and it's important that we don't repeat our history and that we are able to make a change when it comes to history. So if you all are ready, I kind of changed up our song, our motivational song of the day, but we can still do our breathing and everything to it. So it's Wake Up, everybody. It's the original version. Can't forget about the originals, right?
Yes.
All right, everybody, take your deep breaths in and out. Woo! Everybody say, wake up. We'll start with the circles. Woo, circles. Reverse that.
Wake up, everybody. No more sleeping in bed. No more back to
shoulders.
Thinking ahead. World's changed so very much from what it used to be.
Bring it forward.
So much hatred, war and poverty. Oh,
stretch it, everybody.
Wake up, all the teachers, time to teach a new way. Maybe they'll listen to what
we stretching it out. When I tell you all we're going to have a good show today, we will. We have, who do we have in the house? We have Claireese Croft, a wonderful student. Dr. Daryl Diggs, Jr. And yes, we have Principal Kafele.
Hey,
stretch
girl.
it out. The world can't get no better.
Yes.
We got to change it. You and me. I love it. I love it. I love it. Don't you love that song?
I do. And I think if I'm correct, and I know my owners will get me straight if I'm not, that is Teddy Pendergrass and Harold Melvin and is it the Blue Notes?
Yes, baby. Yes.
Y'all right. I know my music. Yes. Let me tell you something. That Teddy Pendergrass, oh my goodness. I watch his life story over and over, and I still love his music. When I'm cleaning up on Saturdays, because I am that kind of girl, I clean up on that Saturday morning like, back in the day, turn that music on, get that breakfast going. I always have on Teddy Pendergrass live or Johnny Taylor. Those are my two men on my Saturday morning cleanup.
Well, you know what? I'm going to tell you right now. My kids' first concert, we told you all, we took our kids to see LL Cool J, but he was a little more toned down then. But I don't know what my mama was thinking, but my first concert was in Pendergrass. And when I tell you, I never forget it. It totally changed my life, okay? I saw more than just teddy bears being thrown on the stage, okay? But, today is an exciting day because we are celebrating history and we're talking about the things that are important in our communities. And if we don't wake up, we won't be able to continue to move forward. So let's talk about our first guest today. Very exciting because we got to start off with the future. Who do we have coming up, Lady Yo?
We have Claireese Cross. She's a sophomore at Lafayette High School. She's involved in the Key Club. She's a writer for her school newspaper, the Lancer Feed. She's the coordinator for the Own Your Now food giveaway every Wednesday. She's the president of her Black History Month program. And she is my niece, my daughter, Claireese Cross.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, Claireese. How are you?
Good. How are you?
We are so excited. She's so calm. How are you? We are so excited about your being on today. You have a lot happening, and we want to find out about it. But we got to start off. What's in your cup?
Well, in my cup this morning, I have some water.
Oh,
She's the STL water kind of girl. That's why her skin is so beautiful. You know, we are so excited that you said yes, because we know within the next hour, you have a grand interview that you will be conducting for your Black History program. Tell us, Claire, what made you want to have a Black History program? I know when you first started at Lafayette, there was not a Black History program. Tell us what made you want to have a Black History program.
Well, what made me want to have the program was I just wanted to stick up for Black lives. And I know my school is majority white. And so I wanted to make sure that the kids wanted to get excited about learning about Black history. And I'm super passionate about it. So I wanted to give them a different chance for it, since I have the opportunities and connections to bring, people that everybody knows. And so I decided to bring them on. That way kids will actually get excited about it.
so
Awesome
this is your
sauce.
second year, right? Your second year. So you did it last year, and that was in person. You are doing virtual learning. I've seen you do it from everywhere that we go. You're able to go be on location, but you really are into your work. How has that impacted you this year?
Well, it's definitely different with virtual learning, but I've kind of adapted to it, and I learned that I can do things on my own much better than in person as well. And it just helps me manage my time, especially for in the future for college. And it just helps me with just managing my time and knowing what I need to do.
And I will say she's very good. It's funny. She'll be at the food drive. She'll have her ear pods in, and she says, "I'm in history class," but she's steadily packing that food, making sure we can get that food out on time. So we know you have a very busy schedule. Tell us, who is your guest of honor this year for your Black History program?
My guest this year is Jackie Joyner Kersey.
Yay! So exciting. So you chose Jackie Joyner Kersey. She's such a legend, a living legend in our community, local, nationally, and globally. And so that's really important. But it's also important to show the students that diversity does exist, but most importantly, that we have the resources that come back and give back to our community. So what time does your program start?
My program starts this morning at 10 a.m. and it will last for an hour until 11 a.m.
Great.
And I'll tell you what, she's done her work this year. She knew that kids coming in virtually might be a little hesitant. Kids may be a little hesitant to come in. Honey, she has $25 Starbucks gift cards. She has gift cards to give away to the selfie room. She is enticing them to come on.
Wow.
Plus, Jackie has said that she is going to have a personalized autograph picture or for one of the raffle winners. So it's going to be exciting, the things she has to offer, and more than anything, her heart is good. And, I'm over here talking like a proud auntie that I am. Her heart is good. And she knows that it's important to get that information out there. So we are excited. And Tracie, don't forget us. We're going to be a part of it too.
Yes, we are. We will moderate with you. We'll be there with you all the way. Clarice, that's one of the things that I want you to realize. And I think that our community knows this, that you have role models that are accessible to you, but that we will always support you and stand behind you. And this is important, that you're sowing seeds that hopefully someone will pick up and continue when you leave, because you're only there for a short time. But the time that you're there, you're definitely making a difference in the lives of other young students who need to see that representation matters. So we thank you, Sister Nisi. And we have one more question. What is your affirmation word of the day?
My affirmation word is representation.
All right. Snap it up. Representation. You all put that in the chat. Well, you know what? We will be representing right along with you. So we'll see you soon.
Yes.
All righty. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Claire.
I love her. I love that you're showing her what balance looks like.
Yes.
Because this has been a hard time for students, elementary, middle, and high school, but she's balancing it well. And I think it matters when you have a support system in place. So shout out to you as well, Lady O.
Thank you so much.
So everybody, we need you all to continue to share, because we have some awesome speakers coming ahead, and they have messages that everybody needs to hear. Our next guest coming up is the Dr. Daryl Diggs. He started off from the beginning as an educator, as a middle school science teacher, transitioned to assistant principal. During that time, led several different student activities with larger schools, provided professional development. He's presented at several national conferences, writes a personal blog. I don't know how he does all this. Husband, father, co-founder of Black Male Educators of STL. And this year, he is a proud principal of Hardin Middle School in St. Charles District. And he has books and all kind of things. Let's just bring him up because I don't know how he's balancing it all. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Dr. Diggs. Thank you so much for saying yes. You know, we know you have a lot of things to do today. Also, you and that Claire, y'all busy. But we're so happy that you said yes. And we're going to start you off. What's in your cup?
Great question. So for me, I drink every day, all day. I drink black coffee, which I call AKA my hustle juice. It gets me going, gets me moving.
Hustle juice. I love it. Your hustle juice. And let me tell you something. You are doing so much that it must work. So I'm going to continue to drink me some hustle juice.
Yeah, you got to get you some. Make sure it's hot. Make sure the cup's full because it will get you through the day.
It really will. We want to talk. I know you have a busy day. It is Friday. Voices, Black Male Educators, STL. Tell us why that is so important.
Absolutely. So first of all, thank you to both of you for this opportunity, this time, this space, and also this platform. So just a little bit of history. We're coming up on our 2-year anniversary, the beginning of May, where my co-founder and I, Dr. Howard Fields, he's currently the assistant superintendent in the Kirkwood School District. So him and I, we got together and we wanted to create a space for Black male educators specifically. And in the midst of doing that, we had a few social events. And then from there, we just grew organically to have symposiums, to have deeper conversations around inclusion, diversity, equity, and ABAR. We also have created a memorandum of understanding around inclusion, diversity, and just many other pieces. And so right now, we felt that it was most valuable to, again, provide space for dialogue, for conversations, and also to tell our story. Many of us who are in education or many places in between, we have different experiences that are hurtful, harmful. We talk about how we got to education and also what keeps us in the space to work with other children. And so in creating that space, we thought like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we reached out to the region, galvanize the stories that are authentic from other Black male educators? Let's put them together in a book. So we did that at the end of last year. And right now you can find it on Amazon. Type in BME STL. And so with these stories, you will hear and read voices of individuals that have been raised by their grandmothers or have found themselves in peculiar situations of hurt, harm, and fear in the classroom or in their district or in their educational spaces. And so with the galvanizing energy from volume 1, we found it to be very important to produce volume 2. So this time, what makes volume 2 incredible is that now it encompasses 17 voices, not only BMEs, Black male educators, but we were also able to bring in a couple high school students. So now what's cool, you know, hear me out. What's cool is that, yeah, we have the voices of adults, but what's most important is that we're bending the ear to the voice of young people. So with this book, I encourage everyone to grab a copy, grab 2, grab 3. They make great gifts. Make sure that we're giving that back because the energy and proceeds from this book benefits the promotion of it, but also scholarships for those authors of high school students. So again, the voice is important. Being authentic is even more valuable. And we were able to do that in our Voices 2 publication. So I would encourage everyone to grab your copy. This one also includes a playlist. There's an A side and a B side.
I love it.
I would encourage you to grab it. You know, again, it's on Amazon. It's digestible. You know, we're gonna go through a promotional round very soon with all the authors. They come from a wide variety of areas. So again, I can talk all day about it. But again, you know, thank you.
The thing about this is, and we would love for you to talk about it because the message needs to get out. And this is why we're constantly telling people to share this information, as well as the symposiums that you've done in the past. I remember the first one, it was huge. The second one, and you're doing things virtually. But I also want you to speak to having you being in this field. I think your dad was in you're from a family of educators. How did it feel having your first Black male educator? And how did that impact you? And if anybody has their first Black male educator, please put their names in the chat, because I know how that impacted me. I know how it impacted my children. And I just wonder, how did that impact you being a Black male yourself?
Absolutely. Thank you. So I have two short stories. One of my first Black male educators, his name was Mr. Barnes. He taught at Hazelwood Central. He was my human physiology teacher. And what I remember about him to this day, and I believe it's something that resonated with me then, which is what I needed, is that he didn't play any games. He had high expectations for work and what that quality of work needed to look like to be, to be up to snuff. So Mr. Barnes, shout out to him. Now, once I went off to college, I had another teacher. His name was Mr. Stikes, Scully Stikes. He was at Missouri Baptist University. And in his class, it was about action research. And so as I'm putting my stuff together, I'm submitting it, all the references and things. And so he gave me my stuff back multiple times. And, I was getting frustrated, but it made me better. Yes. It made me more resilient. It made me raise the bar for myself and my own quality of work. And so as an educator in a prior school district, I found out that it was very likely that elementary school kids could go throughout their whole K-12 experience and not have the touch, the influence, or the ability to learn and be with a Black male educator in their space. And so that's another reason why we find this to be of value, to create space, share voice, but also what can we do to not only promote, but also retain. There's a quote from Dr. Bettina Love. She said, the best recruitment tactic is retention. And so again, I wrote that down. Hopefully I'm gonna put that on a shirt. But here's the thing, I can count on one hand how many BMEs I had in my experience. And I know that my experience isn't unique. This is the likelihood of many young people as well as ourselves, right? So I find that it's my mission and vision to just continue the work, grow that opportunity, and also that influence.
Well, we love that you say yes to us. We constantly were asking everybody if they had a Black male educator, or put that in the chat. And the fact that you're constantly advocating for that in our community, local, nationally, and globally, it needs to be heard. Voices, everybody's asking again how they find your book. Please share again for them.
Absolutely. So Voices, Volume 1 and 2, you can find it on Amazon, Amazon.com. So if you jump into Amazon, go to like the search box, type in BMESTL. BMESTL, you find it like right here. Type that in there. You'll find volumes 1 and 2. Again, what's really important about what we try to champion is that, number one, all of the proceeds go back into the project. Specifically with volume 2, they're going to go directly to book scholarships for those 4 high school authors. Because they share an incredible story. They're talking about their lives and their experience. And so I encourage everyone not only to grab one, but grab a couple, because they will benefit our kids, and get ready for volume 3, because that's coming soon as well.
All right. And wait a minute now, Dr. Diggs. I like exclusives. So can you tell me and say, I promise Yolanda that you'll come back with volume 3 and let us break the exclusive.
Gotcha. Miss Yolanda, I promise. Yes. I'm going to come right back to this show and showcase and give volume 3. Plus, I might bring some authors with me to make that happen.
We love that. I love it. Thank you so much.
Tell us your affirmation word of the day.
My affirmation word of the day on this February, the ending of Black History Month, is courageous. In order for us to do this work, sometimes the thick skin that we all carry will get heavy. And as it gets heavy, we need to be courageous and to move forward, to be impactful, to go deep into this work. All of the voices inside of the publications, they are courageous in writing and putting down their words for others to read. As you walk into your space, you have to be courageous to keep that skin held tight to you, because that is your identity. So my word that I want to share with all is be courageous and do your thing.
All right.
We thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Enjoy
Thank
your
you.
week and have a good weekend, and we'll see you soon.
Amen
Yes.
to that.
All right. Oh, see, we
Just
got
a wonderful young man. Just his spirit exudes through his words, and his passion also exudes through his words.
Yes, it does.
Bravo,
Yes, it does.
Dr. Diggs. You know, Tracie, you were talking about first time you had a black male teacher. I was in college.
Wow.
I had never had a black teacher, period. And when I
Wow.
attended Grambling, one of my first teachers was Dr. Jones, and he talked with an accent. He just had this regal way of speaking, and he took me under his wing. And one day he called me out of class, and I thought, oh my goodness, now we're in college. He said, Miss Moore, let me speak with you. I said, oh yes, sir. So I go out. He said, I just want to let you know that God has something planned for you. And I want you to carry yourself like you know God has something planned for you. Don't be common. He said, don't be common. And I just took that to heart. And when I went back for one homecoming, he came up, he said, I told you, you weren't going to be common.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Well, you know what? We have someone that definitely is not common. He's America's discomfort speaker. Tell us who's coming up next.
We have internationally renowned speaker and best-selling author, Principal Baruti Kafele. He has excelled in the capacity of teacher and principal. As a teacher in New Jersey, he was selected as the District and County Teacher of the Year. As principal, he led the transformation of 4 different New Jersey urban public schools. Bring him on up, Tracie, because I know he has a lot to talk about. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
That voice.
Now you all know where we get the good morning from, the original Principal Kafele. Yeah. We are so excited you said yes to us. We know that your schedule is busy. You could be anywhere all over the world, but you chose to be here with us today. Sir, what is in your cup?
Yeah, I got to give you the backstory to that question. When you guys told me to be prepared for that, I said, I had to look all over this house for a cup because we don't use them, right? So, and the only thing I drink is water. So I said, so then I finally found this cup. I've never known it was in this house, right? My wife's probably watching right now, like, what are you doing with my cup, right? Although I've never seen her with it. So here's the thing. So then I said, okay, what's in it? And I had to look at this thing symbolically, right? And I said, what's in my cup is fire. That's what's in my cup. Normally what I drink is water, but what's in my cup is fire. And when I say fire, I'm talking about the energy, the enthusiasm, the excitement, the passion that I've brought to my work since I became a teacher back in 1988, which I continue to bring those components, those elements to my work every day. So what's in my cup? This is probably something I'm gonna refer to probably from this point on. What's in my cup is the fire that I need to continue to do this work at a high level.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
You know, that's something to stand for, because you always bring the fire, and everybody knows that. What is most important that we wanted to really talk about today was why Black history in our schools are so important. And we know how you feel about history. We know how you feel about Black history. But most importantly, when Dr. Diggs talked about our educators, that's something that you speak to on a regular basis. Why is that so important for us as a country?
Yeah, yes. When we talk about history, particularly Black history, we're talking about identity, right? We're talking about a story. We're talking about chronicling everything that has happened and then giving it to the young person. And see, the way it works now, the way it has worked historically, we got young people who have no clue as to who that is in their mirror. So they're looking in the mirror and they recognize the face, they recognize the individual identity, but they don't recognize necessarily the historical identity, for the cultural identity, so that I have an understanding of where I fall along the continuum of life. If I had not stumbled on African-American history and then immersed myself into it as an adult, a young adult at age 23 is when I started, I would not be your guest this morning because I would not have taken this path. But because I stumbled on history, beginning with Malcolm and Martin, then it just set me on fire. And I've been blazing ever since in terms of just having that understanding of who we are and what my place is along the continuum moving forward.
Now, you know, Dr. Kafele, when did that light bulb come on for you? You know, you were growing up, you heard stories probably through your relatives and things of that sort. But where was that light bulb moment that said, not only do I want to hear stories about me, I want to hear stories about others, and then I want to share it with others?
Well, you know, I'm a 5-year high school student. I attended 4 different high schools. Mom was moving me around trying to save her son from his own self-destruction. Okay. So I ultimately graduated in 5 years with a 1.5 GPA. That just means I stood up and sat in the back of the class and did nothing. So I graduated. I was invisible academically, but athletically, I became visible at 3 o'clock. And then when we start school again, then I'll go back to invisibility in the classroom. So after graduation, I do nothing for the next 5 years. I'm just a vegetable. I'm doing nothing. I'm looking at the kids I grew up with who are now adults graduating from college. I got to do something. So I say to my mom, I'll go to college. I'll fulfill your dream. Because see, I disappointed my mother. I'll fulfill your dream. So I enroll, study marketing. But the first day of school, I decided to go to the library because I need a different environment and a different circle of friends. So I went to the library, walked up and down the aisles of the library and said, the right side of my brain said, you may as well grab a book. But the left side of my brain is saying, but you don't read. Why bother? So I'm in this internal debate about, do I pick up a book or just keep walking to just familiarize myself with the environment? So now I pick up a book, and only this one book because it was partially protruding on the shelf. That's the only reason why. There was no incentive to take this particular book. It's just a book was protruding. Okay, there's my book. I grab it. It's called To Kill a Black Man. It was a book about the lives of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Minister Malcolm X. So I didn't know these two men. I just knew who they were. But I couldn't have a conversation about it. So I sit down and read page 1 and I'm intrigued. Page 2 and I'm inspired. Page 3, I'm excited. It's time to go to class. I come back to the library after class. I read the whole book in about 3 days and I'm a new person. Now I want to know everything I can know about Dr. King, everything I can know about Malcolm. So I read about 50 books on their lives in a very short period of time while in undergrad school. But now, because of this translation of reading these two men, I'm maintaining a 4.0 when I was a failing high school student, because I'm being introduced to self through these two men. But then I wanted to know what they knew. So I started studying history, African-American history, African Caribbean history, African history, African Asian history, African European history. I'm just studying the African diaspora. And hence, when I become a teacher, that's what I brought to the classroom. And that's, that's my story in terms of who I am, my approach to education, etc.
I think that what people need to understand is all it takes is exposure, and you talk about that all the time, about the different books that our educators are always asking about. What books do my children need to be exposed to? And I found my gift in the Cavaney Branch Library. That really spoke to me. This is what got this man to be 3 times recognized as the U.S. News and World Report magazine in one of the best high schools. He's also the author of 12 books, including your soon-to-be released book, The Equity of Social Justice Education. Do you write like a book or 2 books every year? Tell us.
I do a book a year, and I don't plan it that way. Things happen in the world. Like I had no, the book, the current book is The Assistant Principal 50. I wrote that and it was released in May. Okay. And so it's a brand new book. So I had no intentions on writing another book, but then on May 25th, 2020, we were introduced to George Floyd through an 8-minute and 46 murder by a Minneapolis police officer. So now with the world shifting, and social justice being on the minds, social racial justice being on the minds of people across the world, I said, I have to address this as it relates to the classroom. So, so I had no intentions on writing. I didn't even have anything to write about. So when that happened, I said, man, I need to write a book that talks about what social justice education is and how to infuse it in the classroom, in addition to equity as it relates to Black children. So the equity and social justice 50 meaning all the books I write have 50 self-reflective questions. Wow. But the focus is on Black children. I decided, told the publisher, I don't want to write a generic book this time. I need something where I'm just going to hone in on Black children, and that's what it is. It'll be out in May.
All right, that's the exclusive.
It'll be out in May. May Day. You all better copy your copy now. You know, the thing about this is, anytime that you hear Principal Kafele speak, he is totally on fire, and everybody in the space is like glued, and it's because the message is very self-reflective. Everybody can pull a piece out and say, now I need you give us some tools to go to our what next. And you know, and as well as people have to own their stuff. They got to own it and sip on it. And so that's important. But we really thank you for saying yes during this time frame that everybody's probably pulling at some resources, because yes, you are always on fire. But you got to let us know your affirmation word of the day.
Yeah. You know, it was courageous. Right. So then when Dr. Diggs started speaking, I said, okay, let me search and find another one. Because I wrote a post yesterday about the courageous school leader, and then said, I'm going to write that book next. It just came on me, and I said, I'm going to write that one next, the courageous school leader. So that's the word in my head. So here's my word: intentionality. And when I say intentionality, you think about the root word intentional. You think about the definition of intentional, on purpose. So I'm saying, when you and I walk this earth, walk our journey, our world every day with intentionality, not random, not arbitrary, but intentionality. So everything we do is by design. Everything we do is on purpose. That's someone that's going to achieve a different result than the one that just kind of reacts and responds to stimuli along the way.
Got it. We got that.
Oh my.
Yes. We on fire? Are we not on fire?
Yes. Look, I'm soaking it all in. I said, yes. Amen.
Well, definitely, I think that was confirmation that the courageous book has got to it's in the work. It's in the work. So we thank you again, and looking forward to this world opening up so that we can all come in and see you speak. But we know you do it virtually, and you do it every Saturday. Is it Saturday, Sunday?
Saturday morning, 11 o'clock Eastern. Those of you out there watching and who will see the video, I'm on 11 o'clock Eastern, so Central Time for you, 10 o'clock. It's called Virtual Assistant Principal Leadership Academy, but it has evolved so much that it's just content for everybody, right? So 11 o'clock, I'm on for an hour, and I stay blazing. Usually it's a little more than an hour, but this month it's been all Black history. And that's what we're doing, because the educators got to be informed, and educators got to know the story of the children who are sitting in the classroom. So join me tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock Central, and just refresh your computer at Principal Kafele at Twitter, or Principal Kafele on Facebook, or Virtual AP Leadership Academy on YouTube. Just refresh at 10:55 so I can shout you out, and then at 11 o'clock we get blazing.
All right.
We get blazing. All right.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Woo! Are we on fire?
Yes, ma'am.
Where's the fan?
Hey, you know what? It is so nice to be able to hear some men who are on fire for our children. You know, we often see women instructors or educators, but baby, today, if you don't believe there are men out there that are on fire, you need to tune into this show and follow those two young men, Dr. Diggs and Principal Kafele. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You know how we keep calling us Auntie. We might have to Uncle Look, Principal Kafele is like the godfather of education.
Yes,
Of
Godfather.
He's bringing it. But you know what? We love the message because it's something that sticks with everyone. Justice, I saw you in the background going like this. You're like, I'm on fire.
Yes,
Like,
I love hearing Principal Kafele speak because he always speaks the truth and it's very relatable. So yes, I love hearing him speak.
well, we love hearing you speak as well, sister. And we know this is Freedom Friday. We're wrapping our Friday up with intentions. We want everybody to drop their words. Everybody just start putting intention in here. Intentionality. What is your affirmation words? Justice, tell us what's in your cup as you bless us with our peace for today.
I'm drinking on some. I don't have my sunflower cup, but this morning I'm drinking on some vitamin C water because I've been traveling. So it's just good to, be precautious about things. So I'm drinking on some vitamin C water.
Awesome.
Well,
Stay well, sister.
Thank you. I will.
So what piece are you blessing? Are you dropping the mic for us today? Everybody.
Okay, so this piece is called 3 Black Kings. It's one of my favorite pieces. I wrote it probably a couple years ago when I got a chance to speak at a male fashion show, and it was all males, and I got a chance to write it. So it was it became one of my favorite pieces, and I thought it was perfect for closing of Black History Month. So I love my strong Black men, and not just the ones to get praises like rappers and lawyers and actors and athletes and entrepreneurs and physicians. I'm talking gold teeth and melanin, dreadlocks, low cut, office style, straight backs or a slight drip, flipping burgers or $1 million bag, 9 to 5 a trapping. This is a one-sided world we live in. And we're told not to love brothers like you. Black boys become Black men who don't know their truths, that they were born to be kings. And it's been going on for years where they are kidnapped in the streets and forced to believe in a penal system and not even taught to dream. You see what Nipsey did for his community? They're going to try to put his story on a big Hollywood screen because, yes, Black men are supposed to lead, but not if history is erased and manipulated with hate and you're told that you're stealers, drug dealer, killers, and dope fiends. And no matter the cost of it, they try to profit off of it. Some will try their best to emulate, but they really need a Black man to illustrate how the struggle really goes. Mental health is an issue in our community, but no one really knows. You're just labeled a problem child with an attitude. Our Black men need to know that they hold value. And it's not all about what you go through. I say let go, let flow, and don't be afraid to grow. And it's all about your dedication. Don't let them tell you nothing. They just got to see you make it. And show up ready to give, accept, and demand respect because they don't tell you that a Black man is worth that. 1 Black man, but 3 kings. That's knowledge, power, and integrity. Stand for something or you fall for anything, but our kings too are walking a journey of I define me. I'm your girl, Justice Key.
Woo! All right now. That's right. That's our girl, Justice Key. And we
Absolutely.
Love you. That was powerful.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Yes. What was that? Knowledge, power, and integrity. Love it. We thank you for your piece today. Every Freedom Friday, Justice just drops the mic for us and allows you to think about some things. Justice, what is your affirmation word of the day?
Well, would it be in the end of Black History Month? My affirmation word is perseverance. Because I think no matter what circumstance or situation that you come across, it's always a bigger picture, and you have to realize that. So even in the moment where things are messed up, it's a bigger picture, and you have to get to that bigger point. So I say just keep on going. So it's all about perseverance.
All about perseverance.
All right.
Thank you. We're going to keep pushing. Thank you so much.
Enjoy yourself, ladies.
And be safe.
I will. Thank you.
Woo! What a great show today. This has been an awesome experience. I am still on fire. I need one of them fans, and it's good to be on fire. You know why? It ain't one of the personal summers. You just know, like, I am on fire, and I'm ready to do work. Lady Yo, what is your affirmation word of the day?
Well, it's funny because I was thinking of words also, but I am going to say blazing. Because when he said that, it went from my toes to my head. Because Tracie, the things we are being so honored to bring to the world and God is bestowing upon us, girl, We are blazing.
Blazing. We are. And you know what? We're going to keep blazing. We're going to keep blazing. And we're going to keep doing this together. We're going to show the world what it looks like for us to show up and show out. So we are thankful for today. We hope that you guys definitely share this content because it's important for us to keep growing and owning our now. And that's why we're here, to inspire, uplift, and empower every day, Monday through Friday. So I just want you all to know, listen to what Claire said in the beginning, that representation matters, but we have to be courageous in this thing and understand that intentionality is the key for us to know what knowledge, power, and integrity looks like. So if we persevere and push forward, then we can learn the value of praising each other, and we will see what justice looks like. So be strong. Be confident, but also find that voice inside of yourself to remain positive in the midst of negativity, and walk in your power so you can understand what fire looks like, and make sure that you are being an inspiration to others. But most importantly, be accountable, not just to yourself. Look at Sankofa and understand the value of reaching back. But also remember that in today's days, we will always know the value of being on fire, perseverance, courageous, and blazing. And if not knowing that, you still have 365 more days. Start over right now, even though we're at the end of February, to stay on fire. So if you guys decide to go outside, you know what we always say, please wear your mask. But if you should decide to stay inside, it's okay. Just remember to keep sipping and shelter in place. We'll see you all same time and same space on the On Your Now show. Goodbye, everybody.
Have a fantastic weekend.